Alright guys, I am back. I'm here with my good friend Ulfric Stormcloak. We are playing a nice little walkthrough. Raylof's all like, come up the tower, dude, because I'm just stalling here. Yeah, fine. Okay, whatever. There's no time limit. I'll go up the stairs, and shabam! Oh, what? A dragon just jumped in, and now he's gonna shoot some fire in. That's some crazy stuff. What would you do if a dragon burst in a wall and shot some fire? I would probably jump out the window. Why not? So anyway, I'll jump out the window, take a bit of damage, and fall down here. Maybe come out this place here. Oh, there's Dr. Dragon. He's going to land. Boom. Hi, Dr. Dragon. How are you doing? I'll get out of the way. Yep. So this is Hadvar. Hey, Hadvar. Yes, I'm still alive. Oh, I certainly will. Hey, little boy. We're just going to abandon you because that sounds like the sort of thing that a good Imperial soldier would do. Abandon little children to their death. So I'll follow Hadvar here. So I explained it a little bit in the last video, but I've installed a mod that actually makes it. Here, I'm going to hide by this wall here while he jumps over. Well, geez. One of the things I like about this game is that the physics is all kind of real time. So even in these cutscenes, all of the physics is actually kind of happening, which is kind of neat. So that guy, I don't think I've ever seen him appear there before. So I'm just going to keep following Hadvar. But what I've done is I've installed a couple mods. I'm running a couple mods. I'm playing on the PC, so it lets me do that. One of the mods that I've installed makes every book that you haven't read glow. So you can see really quickly which ones you haven't read, which is really going to help me with my plan of... Oh, look at this guy. Look at him go. Oh, that's going to hurt. Alright, I'm gonna follow Hadvar, because I normally don't. Okay, apparently I'm getting inside. So yeah, they make all the books that you haven't read glow, which is going to make it a little easier for me to read every book in Skyrim. I don't know that I will read every book in Skyrim, but there are a lot of them. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try my best anyway, not to pass a book that. All right, where the hell is he? Why isn't he in here? See how that book's glowing, though? Showing that I haven't read it? Oh, he came in. Yeah, you have eyes. Come on, you saw it. Yeah, get them off. Take off my bindings. Then I'm gonna rob you. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, did you get burned? Because I can't tell. You look actually like you've never been burned. What's in here? So we got an Imperial light helmet. Got some gold. I'll take that. I think I'll wear the light helmet for now. This is another one of the mods that I have installed. It's Sky UI. It's pretty much playing on the PC. It's pretty much essential. What's in the Warden's chest here? There you go. We got a Helgen keep key. We got a sword and stuff. I don't ultimately want to use a sword. But for now, I will use a sword. Why not? And he wants me to leave right now, but I got to read this book. So this is going to be the first book we read. This is like a milestone, I guess, of sorts. This is called Mixed Unit Tactics. So here we go. Mixed Unit Tactics in the 5 Years' War, Volume 1 by Codus Colonus. The legions could learn from the unconventional tactics used by the Khajit in the 5 Years' War against Valenwood. I was stationed at the Sphinx Moth, what a great name, Legion Fort, on the border near Dune, and witnessed many of the northern skirmishes firsthand. The war started with the so-called slaughter of Torval. The Khajit claim that the Bosmer are wood elves, invaded the city without provocation and killed over 1,000 citizens before being driven off by reinforcements from a nearby jungle tribe. The Bosmer claim that the attack was in retaliation for Khajit bandits who were attacking wood caravans headed for Valenwood, probably looking for skooma. In the spring of 3rd Era 9, I don't know what the E is, I call it Era, 3rd Era 396, who cares, the war moved closer to Fort Sphinxmoth. I was posted on lookout and saw parts of the conflict. I later spoke with both Khajit and Bosmer, who fought in the battle, and it will serve as an excellent example of how Khajit used a mixture of ground and tree units to win the war. The Khajit began the fight in an unusual way by sending tree-cutting teams of Cathay Rat. Cathay Rat? I don't know what that is. And the fearsome Senchrat, or battle cats. I guess rat. So Cathay Rat. Cathay must mean tree-cutting or some shit. Cathay Rat, so tree cats and battle cats, into the outskirts of Valenwood's forests. When word reached the Bosmer that trees were being felled, allegedly a crime in the strange Bosmeri religion, a unit of archers were dispatched from larger conflicts in the south. The Bosmer were thus goaded into splitting their forces into smaller groups. The Bosmer archers took up positions in the remaining trees, whose branches were now 20 or more feet apart, allowing some light into the forest floor. The Bosmer bent their remaining trees with their magics into small fortifications from which to fire their bows. When the tree cutters arrived the next morning, a half-dozen Khajit fell to the Bosmer arrows in the first volley. After that, the Khajit took large wooden shields from the backs of the Senchrat. Oh, I guess maybe, yeah, Senchrat could still be tree cats. And made a crude shelter. The Khajit, even the enormous Senchrat, okay, maybe they're not Khajit, were able to hide between this shelter and one of the larger trees. When it became apparent that the Khajit would not leave their shelter, some Bosmer chose to descend to engage the Khajit sword to claw. When the Bosmer were nearly upon the shelter, one of the Khajit began playing on a native instrument of plucked metal bars. This was a signal of some kind, and a small group of the man-like Ohms and the Omrat emerged from covered holes on the forest floor. Although outnumbered, they were attacking from behind by surprise and won the ground quickly. The Bosmer archers in the trees would have still won the battle were they not having troubles of their own. A group of Dagi and Dagi Rat, whatever that means, two of the less common forms of Khajit, that's what that means, who live in the trees of the Tenmare forest, jumped from one tree to another under a magical cover of silence. They took up positions in the higher branches that could not hold a Bosmer's weight. When the signal came, they used their claws and either torches or spells of fire, accounts from the two survivors I spoke with vary on this point, to distract the archers while the battle on the ground took place. A few of the archers were able to flee, but most were killed. Apparently, the Dagi and Dagi Rat have more magical ability than is widely believed if they were able to keep themselves magically silenced for so long. One of the surviving Bosmer told me that he saw a few ordinary cats among the Dagi, and even claimed that these ordinary cats are known as Alfik, and that they were the spellcasters, but Bosmer are almost as unreliable as the Khajit when it comes to the truth, and I cannot believe that a house cat can cast spells. Dude's never had a house cat, they're magical for sure. At the end of the day, the Khajit lost perhaps a half-dozen forces out of a force of no more than 4 dozen. While the Bosmer lost nearly an entire company of archers, the survivors were unable to report back before a second company of archers arrived, and this strategy was repeated again with similar results. Finally, a much larger force was sent, and the Bosmer won that battle with the help of the native animals of Valenwood. That third skirmish and the Khajit response I will discuss in the second volume of this series. Alright, I don't know if I should take books or just read them, and I'm thinking just read them. Let me see if it stops glowing. There you go, the glow went away. Now I know I've read that book. There's another book down here. You know what, that's probably it for this episode, though. We've read our first book. It was a book called Mixed Unit Tactics. I've seen it 100 times while playing this game. I have never picked it up, and I'm glad that I did. I just learned more about the Khajit. I learned that there's different types of Khajit. That's kind of cool. Can I pick up the chair? No, I can't. So let's see if I can get to this second book down here. It's called A Brief History of the Empire, Volume 2. And we will read that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.